I thought it was time to create a fully updated Amazon FBA tutorial for 2021. If you think Amazon isn't for you, then just wait until you watch this whole video and then decide whether or not you want to sell on Amazon. And if you think starting now isn't a good idea, well, watch this whole video because your opinion might change, because personally, I think starting now is the best time to start. Awesome. This is going to be a really fun video and I cannot wait for you to see it. If you like these kind of videos, these long form tutorials, then let me know in the comments down below, because I have planned to make print on demand tutorials, affiliate marketing tutorials in this kind of way. And obviously, without further ado, let's get right into it. But don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, because, you know, subscribing and liking the video helps so much. Selling on Amazon FBA in 2021. Full step-by-step guide. So firstly, who am I? For anyone new here or even not new here, I'm Shimmy Morris and I've been selling on Amazon for about 5 years now. Since 2015 with my brother Josh. We've been teaching how to start an Amazon FBA business for about 3 years. As well as Amazon, I have my YouTube, I have my affiliate marketing, my print on demand, and other random side hustles along the way. I massively enjoy all sports, snowboarding, biking, anything that is sports related, I will absolutely love. But we're done talking about me, let's get right into this tutorial. We have some pretty epic results on Amazon, but more importantly than that, our students have some awesome results too. Most recently, Patrick sent us this screenshot just last week. He's only been selling since July. It's absolutely crazy. And now that I've shown you these results, we're going to talk more about, these results right at the end. But for now, let's just start. What we're covering in today's video, well, we're going to talk about what is Amazon FBA, alternatives, product research, supplier research, listing on Amazon, the costs involved, and getting your first sales. So what is Amazon FBA and why Amazon FBA? We all know that Amazon is the largest retailer in the world. We all shop on Amazon, so it's logical, if that's where the world shops, we should start selling on it. That brings us to FBA. FBA simply just means fulfillment by Amazon. And this means you can sell your stuff on Amazon. They will fulfill the orders as if it's coming from them. It's obviously a far more complicated process than that, but that's what this video is for. Once finding a product to sell, you will then source that product from a supplier and send it to Amazon's warehouses. It sounds complicated, but don't worry, that's the easy part. Once it's in Amazon's warehouses, customers can buy it with Prime, and Amazon will package it up and ship it out to them. Let's just talk some Amazon stats here, because I love sharing this stuff. I think it's ridiculous. Let's start with this one. There's 150 million Prime members, and on average, Prime members spend $1,000 plus a year. They have 280 billion in net sales. That's just ridiculous. Prime Day is the most profitable day of the year, bigger than Black Friday and Cyber Monday. They make 17 million in sales per hour. And one thing I like, which is my favorite, is that they have a customer service rating, which is the best in the world, 87.4 out of 100. I stand by having good customer service within my businesses, and I like working with companies that also have good customer service, and Amazon really, really have, the best customer service. As well as that, they have 2.5 billion monthly site visits, 225,000 sellers are making around 100,000 a year, so that's pretty ridiculous. But anyways, enough about Amazon, let's move on to alternatives. There are obviously quite a few alternatives if you don't want to be selling on Amazon. You've got print on demand, affiliate marketing, YouTube, dropshipping, trading, a normal 9-to-5 job. And I'm sure there are many, many more. So ask yourself, which business do you want to go into? And before you decide, make sure you do all the necessary research into each of those businesses to find out which one suits you best, because Amazon might not be for you. And after you watch this video, you'll be able to decide if Amazon is for you. But, just do all the research on them before you make a decision. So that's hopefully what this video is going to do for you. Let's start with product research. Our aim is to find a product that we can easily private label. So firstly, a private label product means a generic product sold en masse that has any company's logo on it. For example, these two water bottles are identical except for the two different brand names. They're usually manufactured cheaply and sold to many people, each tweaking it slightly to make it unique to their company. Private labeling a product is important because we want to build a brand. A brand means everything now, especially in 2021. And by building a brand, it gives us many more opportunities to make more money in the future, selling to shops, adding lines to the brand, etc. So how do we go about finding that product? Well, there are certain principles we must follow. The demand principle, which means is there enough traffic in Google and in Amazon? The competition principle, which is number of reviews and the quality of the competing listings. Profit potential principle, that's a hard one to say. Profit potential principle, which is the average selling price, and a couple of extras. Is it a want or a need product? And there are obviously a lot more principles, but these are the ones we're going to discuss in this video. Step 1, coming up with a list of ideas. Research method. Well, you can research on Amazon's bestseller search, Amazon's hot releases. You can do the random letter keyboard search or the funky language search, which is what I like to call it. And don't worry, I'm going to just explain what all of these are in a little tutorial. Okay, let's go and explore those research methods we said. Amazon bestseller search. Let's start with that. So all we have to do is we have to go to the best sellers over here, this tab. And again, I'm on the .co.uk site, but this can work on any Amazon site. There's really no big deal. Right, so what I personally do when I'm on the bestseller is I don't just look at electronics and photo and any department. I go to specific departments, and in our course we talk a lot more about which departments to go into, but I go into specific departments because I'm not going to start selling books. I'm not going to start selling, you know, the all new Echo Dot, which looks a lot like the Apple, whatever. I'm not getting into that. Let's go straight to sports and outdoors. This is one of our favorite categories, sports and outdoors. So when we're in sports and outdoors, we're going to look for specific products. I'm sure what you can see here is a lot of watches, smart watches, and this is a big no-no category. We don't want to get into tech. Firstly, we don't want to be in competition with Fitbit, but we don't want to get into complicated products that we can't figure out ourselves. So, for example, we don't want to sell a product that we don't understand how it works, because if a customer has a problem with it and they want help, we won't even know the first thing to do. Fitbit have, you know, a whole support staff and technical staff and all these people, so we're not going to worry about that. What we can see here is the resistant bands. We know full well how resistant bands work. Very simple. It's a bit of rubber. So we want to look for products like that. Products that are generic and easily customizable. So we've got fitness bands. We've got a water bottle. We've got a yoga mat. We've got... what else do we have? These things keep popping up. This is just Chrome plugins that I have, so forget about that. We've got a headlight. We've got bike lights. Easy. We've got more resistant bands. We've got a weird looking boxing head thing. God, that would hit me so many times in the face. We have a hat with a light on it. We've got gloves. So you can see we've got quite a few products in mind here. We've got a water bottle. Now, we're not sticking to any of the principles yet because this is just doing initial product search. We're not worried about the principles at the moment. What we want to aim to do is write a huge list of products and then kind of whittle it down using the principles I spoke about earlier. So that's the first way I would look for a product. The next way I would look for a product is to go back to best sellers and do Amazon hot new releases. This is quite a cool way of just finding new interesting products. So I wonder if 12 more rules. I haven't for the first one yet. I've got to read that. Let's go back to sports and outdoors just because it's a cool category, and we can see hot new releases. So obviously a face mask, dartboard for kids. That's a cool, really good idea of a product. More face masks. What looks like a little finger pack of bike stuff. So this is just another way. Now look, there's no saying these products are going to be successful or good. It's just a way to, this guy's tried to selling a watch. He seems to be doing quite well there. This is just a way to come up with a list of ideas. The next thing we can do is the random letter keyboard search, and this is quite a cool one. So let's go to Amazon homepage again, and we want to go into the search bar and we want to put in random letters, and I'll show you why. So if we put in T, usually, there you go, usually Amazon will spit out the some recommendations there, and rule of thumb is the top of the list is going to be the most popular products that are being searched for. So if someone searches T, thermometer shows up, and the reason thermometer shows up is because it's the most searched for product with the letter T. If we put in an R, it's tripod, tree skirt, treadmill, travel mug, treadmills for home. These are very, very popular products, and we know this because we only have to put a T and an R in for Amazon to suggest this product to us. So if we try again with like L, We've got a Lego, LED strips with remote. We can easily sell LED strips. They're very simple, right? So there you go. And that is a great way. And this is actually how we found our product in knee brace. We put in K, right? And when we realized we don't want any of those, we went through. So we did Q, W, E, R, T, all of the different ones. And we got to N. And this is where we got in knee pillow, knee pads. And then we saw knee pads and we're like, this is interesting. We saw knee support and that's interesting. So we put in knee and we got knee supports, knee brace, knee pads for work, knee pillow. We found a lot of different knee support related keywords that we felt we could easily sell. And that all came from the random letter search. Another thing which I've seen a lot of people do, and I've used it a couple of times, is the funky letter language search. And that is basically you put in a minus sign and you put in a whole bunch of funky letters and you click search. And what that does is that just comes up with pretty much all the best sellers. So a lot of it is movies. And to be honest, I don't really like this method. I don't understand why people do it, but you can go all the way through and it basically brings up a lot of the best sellers. And I don't understand why people do it. I've seen it a lot on YouTube. I've used it about once or twice. But of all the 4 methods, my favorite is the random letter keyboard search. And my second favorite is Amazon's best seller search. With those 2 methods to curate a list of products, you will be absolutely fine. You will be able to curate a list of hundreds of products, right? Easily. A big spreadsheet of products. And then you can whittle them down using the product research principles. What's next? Now that we have our list of products, it's time to see if these products fit all the principles we were talking about earlier. In order to do that, we can use Amazon to check the reviews, the BSR, the quality of listing, and the average selling price. This is a long and tedious task, which is why I personally use a tool called Zonguru, which gives me all of this data pretty much in seconds. But if you don't want to spend any sort of money on tools, you want to try and save all your money for stock, you can do this manually. We then want to check the traffic in Google with the Google Keyword Planner tool. Now, a quick demonstration of looking for traffic within Google to see, how many keywords getting a particular search. You can just search Google for the Google Keyword Planner tool, and you can go here, Google Ads Keyword Planner. You'll need a Google Ads account to actually access this, and in order to set that up, you might need to create an ad, but you can immediately pause that ad so you don't get charged anything. And then, like I said, this is a free tool, which is just so powerful. This is the whole of Google. Google is basically the internet. Everything is searched through Google, so you can discover new keywords. So let's go back and just pick any of the random products that we like the look of. We're going to go with a bike light. I can't see it here, but I remember we found bike light. So what I want to do is I want to put in bike light, okay? And this will give us get results, and this will give us the number of searches for bike light and similar keywords. This is really, really powerful, because if this is not doing very well, then there's no point. So 10,000 to 100,000. That is actually what I was going to say. You want your main keyword, right? Your main, most important keyword to be between 10 and 100,000. And then you want your secondary keyword to be between 1 and 10,000. And if you can have more than one keyword for between 10 and 100,000, that is literally gold. So let's sort by average monthly searches. What we have here is we've got bike light, which is between 10 and 100,000. Brilliant, spot on. We've got cycle light, 1 to 10,000. Bicycle lights, best bike lights, bike balls, Lesign lights, that's a make. Bike LED lights, Nog lights, or Knog light, I do not know. Bike lights, Amazon, that's huge. Okay, so you can see we've got tons of different keywords for this. So when we're doing all of our whistling down using the principles, bike lights are very small. People need bike lights. They don't want them. If they're going to ride a bike at night, you need a bike light. And there seems to be a lot of demand for them. Importance of keywords. Keywords are the single most important thing for succeeding with an Amazon FBA business at the moment. Why? Well, keywords are what people search for in the Amazon search bar. It's very important you come up with a list of 50 plus keywords. And a keyword is just ways to describe your product. The more you have, the more you will rank for on Amazon, and the more sales you will get. You'll understand more about keywords later on in the video. Let's talk about supplier research. Where do we source our products from? Very simply, Alibaba.com. Alibaba is an online commerce company that houses millions of merchants and businesses. If you need 1,000 leg warmers, Alibaba is where you'll find it. It sounds scary, I know, but this step is actually easier than you think. we need to do safety checks. Suppliers need to be gold standard, assessed, and have been trading for at least 3 years. This is just what we do to ensure we're as safe as possible. I'm going to show you how to find products and what steps to do after picking some suppliers you like the look of. Okay, so we're now on Alibaba, and again, we're going to just go with the theme of bike lights. I know I've made it up for this video and I have absolutely no idea if it will be successful or not. It's just a product I saw and I'm going to just go with it to make this video a lot more easy to follow if I just stick to the same product. So we're on Alibaba and we're going to just search simple bike lights. Okay, really simple. And remember the things we have to stick to. We have to stick to certain things: trade assurance, verified supplier. So let's straight away tick these things. Once we've done that, you can see, wow, that is a super cool bike light. It's got a phone mount as well. I've never seen anything like that before in my life. That is really interesting. Anyways, okay, all countries and regions, forget about all of this stuff on the side. Don't overcomplicate this for yourself. Really, you don't have to overcomplicate it. The next thing we wanted to make sure is the supplier was trading for more than 3 years. So you can see over here it says 13 years, 9 years, 6 years, 4 years, 1 year. Don't want to mess with them. Look, I'm sure they're really good. Don't get me wrong, no hate against a supplier that's been trading for 1 year. I want them to know that they have more to lose if they try and screw me over, basically. Because I have had my fair share of interesting stories with suppliers. So what we want to do is we want to basically just create a list of potential suppliers. So you got 1, 2, you want to open them up into tons of different tabs. Oh, look at this, it's easy. That is a good bike light. Okay, and now bear in mind, you've got to factor in the price, you've got to factor in everything. These are always super cheap. Bear in mind, there is a lot more research to do in terms of you want to make sure that there's profit margin. So you do that on Amazon. There's a lot more going into this than what I'm showing you right now. I'm just kind of showing you the core concepts of going through and creating an Amazon business. And this whole process looks a lot easier, but obviously I want you to realize it is more complicated than this. It is slightly more difficult than this. And I'm going to speak more about that at the end of the video. But look, don't be scared about Alibaba. It's a simple website, and don't be worried about getting scammed either, because, you know, especially with trade assurance and you pay through Alibaba, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. I'll be surprised if anything bad happened. So that is pretty much finding a supplier. We've now got to mass message these suppliers. The next steps. Now that you have this huge list of potential suppliers, you want to mass message them, either through the Alibaba chat or through Skype. The first thing to do is to send the opening message. It can look something like this. In our course, we have a whole list of questions you should ask the supplier. Here are the first 5. Shipping. Air versus sea. I especially wanted to talk about this in this presentation just because so many people are nervous about shipping and are unsure on how to do it. So this is probably the most daunting part of the whole process, and actually shipping items from China all the way to your country isn't that difficult. How much does this cost, and what are the logistics, import fees? Well, don't panic. We usually recommend starting with a small test order of maybe 100 items. If you've got a larger budget, then maybe 300 items. And because your items should be small and light, you could send this test order by air. This is much easier and faster than sea. It's usually a lot more expensive, but when the order is small, it doesn't make much difference. You should use any of the big companies like DHL, UPS, TNT, and you shouldn't be paying more than $6 or £6.50 per kilo. You shouldn't have to worry so much about actually shipping. When you speak to your supplier, you should tell them, I want to use DHL, UPS, or TNT, and they will sort it out for you. You shouldn't actually have to go and worry about it yourself. Shipping by sea is a good idea when you start ordering in bulk, 1,000+ items, but seeing as this little slideshow here presentation is more for a beginner, I'm not going to start talking about sea because that's quite an advanced thing that you don't need to worry about. Final product checks. Let's do some deep product analysis. So deep product analysis, what is that? Before deciding concretely on a product to start selling, we need to conduct some deep analysis to see the full potential it has, or lack of. We need to do product review research, the good and the bad. We need to order our biggest and best looking competitors' products so we can really see it in the flesh. And we need to look into all the products and see what we can offer that will bring us above the competition. So a PDF guide or maybe some form of add-on product. Well, now it's time to do that deep diving we were talking about, the deep diving analysis, I like to call it. So what we want to do is let's put in bike light, okay? And this is where a lot of people skip, and it's really important. So we're going to just open. We're not going to worry about the sponsored ones here because, again, they're sponsored. We want to worry about people who have worked their way to the top. So we're going to open, the first 4. Let's just work with 4. So here's the first one. I feel like I've opened this way too many times all wrong. But anyways, what we want to do here is want to have a look at the good and the bad reviews and have a look at ways we could add value. Now, as well as that, during the product research phase, we'd also look at the listing just to see, this is a really, really good listing. And this is kind of a red flag for me because they know what they're doing. They've got a good title. They've got really good bullets. They've got good images. Do I want to compete with someone that has tried this hard? And as well as that, I feel like everyone else is going to be like that as well. So yes, this is going to be a highly competitive product as well. You can see 3,500 reviews, 1,500 reviews, 1,600 reviews. So this is not a product we would go into, okay? Again, I'm going to continue using this product as an example for this video just because I want to keep this video flowing and I want it to match. But again, this is not a product we would actually go into. So, but back on track here, what we would do is we would look at the reviews. We'd look at the questions and the reviews. We can scroll down and we can see questions, customer questions. We can see what people have asked, what people have answered. The reason customer questions are cool is because we can see what people are asking that they're not getting in the images and description. So now we know how to curate a really good set of images, a really good description, answering customers' specific questions. As well as that, we want to go to the reviews and we want to go straight to the 1-star reviews and the 5-star reviews. The reason for this is we want to know what the customer is doing right. We want to know what the customer is doing wrong. And that way we can see how we can be better and how we can compete. And lastly, we want to figure out how we can add value. So we can see what this person's got going with their listing, what they're adding on, what their product is, and we want to find out how we can add value. So we could definitely add certain extra things. We can add maybe a bike carrying thing for the water bottle or a bike water bottle. There's so many different things we can add to, or a bike toolkit, right? Just like an extra add-on. Why not? Okay, it won't cost you very much sourcing it. It will allow you to charge a bit more. I mean, they're charging £23 anyway, so their profit margin is going to be huge. But just adding on these little things will make your life so much easier when it comes to competing. So let's talk about the costs involved now. Cost breakdown, you've got Seller Central costs, Amazon selling fees, picking and packing fees, inventory storage fees, import fees if you're shipping from abroad, inventory costs, shipping costs, packaging costs, and potential ad costs. This is a lot of different costs. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking this is crazy. There's so many costs involved, but don't worry. It's really not that bad. And I'm actually going to be bringing out videos going into each individual cost and telling you exactly how much they are. So listing on Amazon. It might be time to list your product at this point. If you found it, you've got a supplier and you've ordered, you might not be here yet, but if you found a product and you're ready to order it, it's time to make a listing. This is where you can check if you're eligible to sell in that category. This is a very important step because you don't want to sell a product that you're not eligible to sell, especially after you've ordered it. There are so many people I know that have ordered a product and then realized they're not eligible to sell that product. First, we need to create a Seller Central account in our chosen country, of course, and then we need to create a listing. Creating an account, this can be quite complicated and you may need to have a registered business, a bank account and a credit card in order to do this. For some reason, some people find it a lot harder than others and I'm not entirely sure why. I would recommend going for a pro selling account as the fees are lower down the line and it's more scalable for the type of products we aim to shift. When creating your account, make sure you put in all the relevant information they're asking for. You don't want to get your account closed down the line. That's a huge headache to sort out. So let's quickly create a listing. So signing up for Amazon Seller Central is quite straightforward. You go to literally sellercentral.amazon.co.uk or if you're in America.com, sign up. It's £25 excluding VAT per month, which may sound like a lot of money, but I mean, hopefully you're making more than £25 a month from this. Don't sign up for Amazon straight away. And this is a little tip. Sign up for Amazon after you've done product research and actually found suppliers. Then sign up for Amazon. And you want to then check you can actually list that product in that category. You want to make sure that you have access to do that. But that product research phase and supply research phase could take you a month or two. And that could potentially be £50 of money saved. And likewise, you can go to sellercentral.amazon.com and it's $39 a month with selling fees. I feel like it's a bit more in America, which is kind of unfair, but whatever. Once you've signed up, you can create a listing. Let me quickly show you how to do that. So you would want to go into inventory and manage inventory. And by the way, I'm not sure if I'm going to, but if anything's blurred out, it's just because, we don't want to share all of our products. But if it's not blurred out, I clearly didn't care very much. What you want to then go and do is you want to create a new product. So add a product right over here. Okay, click, not right click, just click add a product, and it will take you into this page where you can put the product name in, or you can click I'm adding a product not sold on Amazon. Okay, so let's find your product in Amazon's catalog. So let's search bike light. Click that and it will show you a whole bunch of different bike lights. Now you're obviously selling a brand new bike light with your own branding, so you want to click create new listing. However, this is where you will see if you're allowed to sell. So here you can see apply to sell, show limitations, and show variations, show limitations. So let's have a look. Collectible, refurbished, used condition. You are not approved to list this product and we are not accepting applications at this time. But this is for collectibles, refurbished and used condition. If we want to create a brand new listing, it should be absolutely fine. And you can see there's a little padlock there. You shouldn't have to worry about that. So let's search a category. Bike lights, okay? Let's search for that. We've got 3 matching products. We've got sports and outdoors, cycling lights and reflectors, sports outdoors, cycling lights, reflectors, headlight. Okay, so let's go select category. Okay. And it's simple as that. You've got to put the product ID in. You've got to put the, so here you've got all these different types of things. We're going to do a UPC. And there are a few different things you have to know about this. You've got UPC and you've got FNSKU. Don't get confused about the two. FNSKU is the little barcode that goes on every single product that goes into Amazon's warehouses. It's how Amazon track their products. A UPC is for the back end on Amazon Seller Central, okay? Each product will have its own, when I say product, I mean each, so if you've got bike light and then you also sell a wallet like that, each product will have its own UPC, and you have got to make sure you get verified UPC codes, and you can do that in Barcode Mania. It's called a GS1 UPC, okay, and you'll put that in there. You'll put the title, the manufacturer, the brand name, okay, and you'll basically go through variations. You don't want any variations, and then the actual offer, the price, and you'll save and finish. I don't have any of this information here, so I'm not going to go through and create a listing, but it's very, very straightforward, okay? And you might find that as soon as you create your listing, it gets restricted, and Amazon email you saying you can't sell it. That shouldn't happen with a product like bike lights, and that shouldn't happen with many products, especially if you've gone through and you've seen that there are no limitations and you can sell in this category. There's no little padlock or anything like that. Now, I do want to say just another quick point on the UPC and the FNSKU. This can be quite a complicated topic, and a lot of people get confused by it, which is why we have specific videos in our course. Now, I've clearly dumbed down this product creation section here. There is a lot more to it, and like creating the images, the title, the bullets, all of that kind of stuff, what you should put where. But again, this was more of a basic tutorial into the Amazon FBA world. If it was going to be a super in-depth, crazy training, it would be many hours long, literally many hours. I mean, our course is 15+ hours, so it would be many hours long. And that's not really what this video is for. This video is kind of just to introduce you into Amazon and to kind of show you a bit about it and see if you're interested just slightly in Amazon. And if you are, then maybe give it a go. Let's talk about getting your first sale. What to do? Well, getting reviews is one of the most important steps. You have the Vine program, you've got acquaintances you can ask, and there are Facebook groups. You also want to start Amazon PPE automatic ads. Start trickle traffic with Facebook ads and Google ads, and make sure you have your long list of keywords, as that's going to be vital here. And I want you to remember one important thing. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. If we don't make profit immediately, that is totally okay. This is a long-term business. There is so much more I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to make this video so much more in-depth, but I didn't want to overcomplicate it. I didn't want to confuse anyone. And when creating this video, I did not plan for it to be so in-depth, but I just kept adding more and more, and it's totally a huge video. And if you've got this far, then congrats, because that alone is an achievement, listening to me talk for nearly half an hour. Truth be told, there is a lot more to say and to teach on this topic, and I'd love to be the one to help you create your business. I'm not sure if you know, but I do have an Amazon FBA course called Amazon University. If you're thinking, what more do you need to learn after this video? Well, to be honest, this video is definitely good and it will definitely help you. But the course is probably 10 times the size. And it's not just that. With the course, you'll get our personal help as well. And that's why I still continue to buy courses, because of the mentorship more than the actual information in the course. For the next couple of minutes, I just want to tell you what's in the course and you can decide what you want to do. There's no internet marketing tactics or guru tactics. I just want you to find out what's in the course and get the price. So the course is Amazon University and there are 9 modules. In module 1, it's pretty much we're just welcoming you. We are introducing you to the Facebook community. We are introducing you to the one-to-one email support, and we're kind of telling you how this whole business and course is going to work. In module 2, this is all about mindset. One of the most important elements of creating a successful business, not just an Amazon business, but a business, is having a positive mindset and being motivated to actually do the work. And Josh, who I made this course with, made a really, really cool module all about mindset. And he's used all the information he's learned from books and everything he's learned over the, I don't even know how many years, but it's a really good module. Module 3 is all about finding products. So we spoke a bit about product research in this video. So in this module, we go in such serious depth. We talk about a lot more principles. We talk about a lot more ways to find products, a lot more depth. Module 4, the same thing with supplier research. We go into a lot more depth. We give you a lot more questions to ask the suppliers. We show you ways to get cheaper products, how to negotiate with multiple suppliers at the same time. It's also a very, very cool module. And module 5, we talk about your first Amazon page. And this is quite an important one because creating your listing is so important. Creating your product images, creating your product description, your title, your bullets, everything can determine how good your conversion rates are, all of it. And that's exactly what we discussed. And we focus more on the UK. However, we do talk about the US because it's a very, very similar concepts, very similar methods. But we are based in the UK, which is why we predominantly aim for UK students. But again, we have plenty of US students. We have students all over the world. So that doesn't really matter so much. In module 6, we go in depth about Amazon Seller Central. We show you how to use the platform. We show you all the different tabs and how to navigate around it. Literally everything you need to know about Amazon Seller Central, because believe it or not, that is probably the most complicated part of this business. It's funny because you can order from China, you can find a product and people will think that is so difficult. But for me personally, when I started this business, I found the most complicated thing was just navigating Amazon Seller Central, because there is so much information in front of you and you have no idea where to turn. So that's quite a cool module. We have module 7, which is the sales avalanche. And this is getting your first sales and your first reviews and kind of like scaling up, but not crazily scaling up, just kickstarting the business. And module 8, that's the top 1%. That is where you scale up. That is going to other countries, going to more products, ranking with different keywords, long-term ranking strategies, so many different things, product combos. This is a great module if you've done everything up until this point and you want to really, really drive home some more sales. Module 9, this is quite a cool module. This is the library and this is constantly being updated. This is all of our past webinars that have been taken down and it's just private access now for students. And it's all the random information that we find out that we like to add to the course. For example, if we find a really good tool, we'll make a quick tutorial on how to use that tool and we'll put it in here. This is just really cool. As well as that, we've got PDF documents like the Hijacker Red Alert Action Plan. I know that sounds really fancy, but it's not. It's basically just if you get hijacked, if your listing gets hijacked, how to deal with it, because we've had our listing hijacked and it's a real pain in the backside. So we actually show you how to deal with all these different problems that could arise, because like I said, this is a proper business. There are going to be problems that arise. And are you ready for my cool little Apple graphic? I love this page. So this is Amazon University and this is kind of everything you get. It's a 4-course bundle, right? So we bundle within everything I just showed you. We have a photo course, we have a copywriting course, we have the phone app, which is not really ours. Teachable offer a phone app if you're on iOS. And then we have the Amazon College course, which is more for beginners if you want to sell on eBay or you want to just get started in online marketing. But to be honest, the 2 best courses here, the add-on courses, is the Pro Profit Photo one and the Conversion Crusher. And that is basically a fully in-depth photography course on how to take product photography just for Amazon. It's really, really cool. And the Conversion Crusher course is a copywriting course on how to write descriptions, titles, all of it. And Josh has done that one because he is a copywriting king. And I've made the photo course just because I'm a professional photographer, and I thought, why not? Now, there's over 15 hours of content here, which is also pretty cool. And to be honest, my favorite thing on this entire tab, this entire slide, is the one-to-one support. So when you sign up, you can actually email us and we will respond to you. And we kind of like calling it a one-to-one coaching because you can ask us anything you want at any point in time, no matter how far down the line. We will reply to you, Josh or I, not some robot in wherever. Literally, we will respond to you. Sometimes it can take 24 to 48 hours, depending on how busy we are, but we like to respond in a detailed way. Now, we also have 15 supplier questions, which we think are really vital when speaking to suppliers. We have, obviously, lifetime access. There is a 30-day money-back guarantee. And of course, anyone who doesn't offer 30-day money-back guarantee, that's quite a few red flags there. That's a no-brainer. We don't want to take your money if you don't like the course. We want you to obviously like the course. So we have that in place. And, you know, it's standard. Everyone should have it in place. We also have bi-weekly live calls, which are very cool. We have them on the Facebook group over Zoom. Usually Zoom, sometimes it's just a Facebook Live, where we talk strategy, we speak to individual students, we help them on an individual level, and everyone kind of helps everyone, and it's very cool. Obviously with that, we've got the private mastermind group where you can ask any questions and get answers pretty quickly. And last but not least, we've got the profit calculator, which is a spreadsheet that Josh has created. Again, being a spreadsheet wizard, he's created this really cool template spreadsheet where you can put in all the numbers and it will spit out, you know, if it's got profit potential, all this different information for you, which is really, really cool. So without further ado, let me just tell you the price because I don't want to bore you anymore. There is no big price heavily discounted like you'll normally see online. There is just one price. £499. You may seem that's expensive. It might not be expensive. I don't know. From the research I did, and we asked all our past students what we should start charging, they all said $499. We used to charge $697, but you know, we scrapped all the different pricing. We scrapped all the different tactics with bonuses and this and that. We are just giving everything for one price. That's it. Really, really simple. And I know this price is in pounds. However, this course does apply to 73 countries, just like Amazon, right? You can sell on 72 countries, and here is a list of all the countries you can sell. So if you are in any of these countries, this course will be quite valuable to you. The reason we charge in pounds is because that is our currency, and it just made the most sense for us. But if you want to pay in dollars, look, there's not much difference. It is what it is. From the research I've done, this is probably one of the most affordable Amazon courses out there. And yeah, like I said, we're doing this because we want to help people start an Amazon business. We don't need to slap on bonus after bonus after bonus and tell you it's ending in 3 days and give you all of this other fake guru BS that I see so much of on the internet, which I'm personally sick of. That's why I like to just, you know, one price, that is it. You're getting everything. Everything we have to offer, all the different courses, you're just going to get it all. I have to say this is very important, and this is something no one really says, okay? This is not easy. Course or no course, this is not an easy business. Please don't just listen to internet gurus telling you how easy this is, you know, on their private jets and their Lamborghinis. This is a legitimate business. And if it was easy, everyone would do it and everyone would succeed. So I'm not saying this to scare you or to deter you from trying. I'm simply saying this so you don't go in with the wrong idea in your head. It's entirely possible to succeed. People do it every single day. It will take a lot of hard work, some failing, and a serious amount of motivation to really and truly pull it off. So if you think you have that, then go for it. But like I said, I just wanted to really hit it home and tell you it's not all rainbows and butterflies. There is complications. It is difficult. There are problems along the way. And that is why we want to be there where you can ask us anything along the way. You know, if you're stuck somewhere, your Amazon account randomly gets closed, you need help, or, you know, you need to trademark your product and you don't know what to do, and, you know, you can't find the information in the course, send us an email. Usually we'll reply, and then once we realize that we don't have a video on it, we'll create a video on it. And as well as that, we have a huge question F&Q database, which is really cool, and that pretty much covers so many different topics, it's ridiculous. Right, so I want to just quickly show you a few previous students because I said I would come back to that. Patrick is one of the most recent successes that we've had. He did it, basically. He started and he's got such an amazing business right now. And it was just so cool to see because I know he was struggling big time and I know he really wants to start an Amazon FBA business. And I saw firsthand how motivated and how dedicated he was to succeeding with his research and taking his photos and just, you know, pushing through all the difficulty, just pushing through. And he really, really succeeded. Huge. He's got 18,000 in sales from July to November. And this is he just started. You can see in July, it's when he started. Look how August blew up, then September blew up. I'm looking forward to seeing what November's like for him because of Black Friday. And as well as that, I'm looking forward to seeing what December is like because of Christmas. Michael did it too. Michael's got a huge amount of sales. It's really, really cool. This is just a small snippet of how much Michael is actually making. Probably our most successful student to date is Barney. Barney's average month is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And his best month has been 30 grand. And that is an old screenshot. He has made so much more right now. And it's actually scary. He blew past Josh and I. And he just did so well. And he's the reason we actually made a course, because when I helped Barney, we never had a course. He was our first student. And he said to me, Shimmy, you know, you've got to make a course. This is really good information. And finally, Annie did it. Okay, she was just brilliant. She was such a trooper. She really improved her business. Okay, this email, you can see she went from making, I think it was 3,000 to 6,000. She just did a really, really good job. And there are obviously plenty more people. Okay, there are plenty more people. Let me just go through them all. Yeah, there are lots more people. This is just a few people from the Facebook group, and there are tons more. But like I said, I didn't want to go slide after slide after slide showing you people's success. And I'm not showing you this to try and convince you. I'm just showing you this to show you that every single day people succeed. And believe me when I say we've also got students who have failed. We've also got students who haven't tried and haven't succeeded. Okay, you're going to have people who fail, you're going to have people who succeed, and it's the ones that have motivation and push through and try really, really, really hard, they will succeed. And we have those people every single day. And finally, I want to just say a massive thank you so much for watching. I hope you've learned at least the basics of selling on Amazon. I know there's a lot more to it in this video, and in order to explain everything, it would have been a very, 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 very long video. And this way, I hope you've all gotten a good taster of how to sell on Amazon and what it would be like. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you in many more YouTube videos. And if you really want, I'm looking forward to seeing you in the actual course. So thank you so much for watching this far. And again, if you haven't liked the video, smash that like button so everyone can see this video. And yeah, thanks so much, guys. Honestly, thank you so much for listening to me talk for however long at this point. I really, really appreciate it.